so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket treadless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner gave way for the land under the prey, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner gave way for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching Maxspeed TV.
Let's go. I was born to kill it. I was meant to win. I am down and willing, so I will find a way. It took a minute, I didn't have to right away. When it get hot in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how it winners made. Stick a fork in the hater on my dinner plate. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flames. I switch my style up, watch the money pile up. I'ma get rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on 5th place. On this one, then 4th on the next. 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 4th, best. She showing love, give me all the raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. Raw energy. Don't stop, go ahead, get it in. Jump, knock, let me in. Huff and puff and blow the house down. I do it for the love, they perform for the checks, and I still get more. They be bored by the rest. I done put the work in, wasn't born in success. See the storm, it affects the performance. But I dance in the rain and the thunder, the drums, and I keep going hard.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Maxspeed TV. Steve Lane up in the booth for Saturday night Buttkicker Unlimited Series. We are in the round of 8 right here at Talladega. Welcome, everybody. We are going to hopefully have a great race tonight as I get that put up there. Got plenty of people out there in the chat already talking it up, guys. Again, this is the round of 8. We're going to go ahead and jump right in and show you guys who our 8 playoff drivers are. Payson Lindsay, Rick Sanchez, Gabe Butler, Adam Kilday, Anthony English, Stephen Miles, Everett Lane, and Rick Siebrands are your 8 drivers battling it out for the next 2 races tonight and next week to make it to the championship. For, of course, if you win, you're in. So we'll have to wait and see what happens after tonight, see if one of our top 8 get into the playoffs. We're going to go ahead and jump right into what happened last week, the last time we were here anyway. James Mayer with the win last week, Anthony English in second, Adam Kilday third. Oh, man, I can't remember Eddie's first name, but he came in 4th, and Stephen Miles in 5th. Well, guys, we are about 10 minutes left of practice, and we will get into qualifying. I think they got a little bit of a late start here. Either that or they added a little time. Let me make sure that that is correct. Let me refresh my SDK here. Yes, it is. And I think they got a little bit of a late start today, folks, so we're going to bear with it. They may advance this here. We don't know, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at guys out here practicing. Big group of them right here. That's going to consist of Rick Sanchez, Vicente Guerrero, Thomas Lockwood, Anthony English, and, well, Wayne Corbett and Adam Kilday already taking each other out there. Yeah, luckily this is a practice. I'm seeing the 94. That is C.J. Urban out there with them. So, of course, don't forget, Josh and Jeremy are broadcasted on Maxspeed TV tonight for the Josh White series over. I think they are racing at Richmond tonight, so of course Joshua, I believe, is broadcasting on YouTube and on Facebook, so go check them out and show them guys some love. Stopped in, gave them a little bit of grief earlier, but they didn't really acknowledge me, so hey, it's all right. We got our own race to call here tonight, folks. Right now we're looking at about a 30-car field, it looks like. 27 cars out here tonight. Anthony's kind of falling off the pace. Let's go ahead and visit with Mr. Anthony English. Anthony, you're out there still practicing up, blinking out on us there, buddy. But that's nothing new for you.
What's going on? I think it made me blink because you heard me.
Oh, is that what it was? Well, man, round of 8, getting exciting here, getting to the end of the season. Man, what are you expecting for tonight?
I don't know. We were off for a week, so everybody's kind of had a while to chill. Might be feeling a little bit racy, so I mean, I'm expecting it to be a little bit racy. I think we'll still get some green flag runs and stuff here and all that, but I think if it ends up being chaotic, I think it's going to end up being more chaotic.
Well, you know, of course, Talladega, big wide track, easily 3 wide with no problems. We didn't really look at the race info, but I'll go ahead and pull that up for everybody to see. We are at a 71-degree air temperature, 90% humidity. That 6-mile-an-hour wind may cause a little bit of factor, but shouldn't be too bad. Track temperature looking pretty good at 82 degrees. I think we were at 41% fuel. So how many laps are you expecting on a green flag?
It looks like it's going to be between 14 to 17. If you save, it looks like you can do probably maybe 17, maybe a little bit more. I doubt it, but yeah, going full out here, balls to the wall, you can't do anything more than a little bit over 14.
Well, of course, you know, we are at Talladega, big wide track. Definitely going to be some 3 wide tonight. Might possibly see 4 wide towards the end of the race.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it's all about momentum with these cars at the end. So I mean, if one of those 3 lanes ain't moving and there's momentum in a hole, I mean, you know somebody's gonna stick it there.
Right, exactly. Well, man, we hope you had a great holiday off. I know me and my wife took advantage of it. I sent you some pictures and videos. Went and seen a concert up at the Hard Rock Casino in Tulsa. And man, I'm going to tell you, that was one exciting show.
Yeah, it looked pretty awesome, man. That would have been really fun to go to. So that's cool you were able to do that.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to spend some time with the wife. Well, as you guys go spinning around, or some of you guys do, but well,
made it.
Don't know how, but you did. But you know, I think we got a little bit of a late start tonight because I'm still showing about 5 minutes left of practice. Are y'all maybe looking to advance a little bit or advance a little sooner? Or?
I don't know. I might. I didn't know I had that extra 5 minutes on the practice when I set it up, so I might just let it tick through. Why don't you go and interview another of the playoff guys or 2 or something for the next 5 minutes?
We could definitely do.
We'll get it rolling.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Well, good luck, Anthony.
Go pick on Adam.
Well, we'll try.
Okay. Yeah, go pick on Rick. Go pick on Rick.
Go pick on Rick. All right. Well, Velva may tie us both up and beat us with the stick if I give him that broadcaster jink too soon.
Well, you did it to me.
Yeah, but they expect it from you. I mean, come on. That's Anthony English.
I'm just picking on you.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck, man. Have some fun, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Sounds good, buddy. Man. We'll get you later.
All right. Oh, well, let's go ahead. We're going to do it anyway. Well, Rick Sanchez, one of our playoff drivers, we got some time before you guys get into the race. I was told to interview to maybe give you that broadcaster's curse, but yeah, I've got some fans out here that's already threatening bodily harm on me if I do give you that curse.
Yeah, I think I cursed myself enough.
Don't need my help for that, do you?
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna else do any more damage than I do already.
Well, Rick, man, you've had an awesome season, dude. You know, it's not been the greatest of seasons, but you know, you've been pretty consistent. Been right up there with them. I mean, I know you got. Well, I don't know. Have you got a win on this season? Didn't you finally?
You can tell me. I don't remember.
I'd have to go back and look, but you know, of course,
maybe
you've always got a big following.
Yeah, I did. That's how I got in here.
Yeah, that's what I say. But you've always got a big following out there in YouTube, cheering you on. Of course, your mom Belva and Netsby's out there as well, and you know, several other people that usually trying to chime in every now and then. But man, what are you expecting for Talladega tonight, though? Round of 8, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Oh man, I think it's going to be a brawl at the end. Maybe a bunch of guys with P's on the end of their names, trying to get every spot they can possibly get, you know. And you know, either you want to be at the front of it or at the back of it and try to clean up, you know, after it's all said and done. But you know, it's 50%, you know, chance of either one, and you're out, you know. So I was just trying to relax, have fun, and see where it goes. You know, you never know.
Yeah, and it's really about all you can. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody. We always say this. You know, a lot of super speedway racing is luck, but there's a lot of skill involved too. Be able to maintain, but a lot of it is just being in the right place at the right time.
Well, that's it. You know, right place at the right time, and trying to figure out when that is and where it is. You know, especially with the people around you. You know, it's like certain people, it's like, well, I'd rather have him be behind me, and then there's some that it's like, well, I really don't want him behind me. I'd rather have this guy behind me. You know.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
especially if you got lane choice. If you're leading it at the end, you know, look who's the best pusher. Who's going to give you the best push? You know.
Well, of course.
Like I said, hope you're there at the end.
Oh yeah, and of course with this,
You got to
deal,
finish, right?
well, you got to be out there to even be able to finish.
Right.
So, but man, congratulations on getting this far. Of course, we got 2 races in the round of 8, but you never know what's going to happen. I mean, you're running pretty good right now, so you know, of course, when you get into that draft, it's all about you know, like you said, who you got behind you that you know you can push, and who you got behind you that like, oh, I wish I had somebody else back there. But man, congratulations, great job, and man, just go out there and have some fun.
All right, we appreciate it. Out there, buddy.
All right, brother, you too.
Later.
Well, I want to bring somebody else up here real quick because, well, he's got something on his car. Mr. Bubba Winningham, buddy, how are you doing, sir?
Hey, Stephen Lane, how you doing tonight, my friend?
You know, actually been on vacation since last Wednesday, and unfortunately, you know, that's coming to an end. Got to go back to that old grindstone on Monday, but had some good quality time with the wife. We went and seen a great concert Thursday night with Brantley Gilbert, and had a surprise guest show up, a Colt Ford. Man, but it was so much fun. Got to spend the night at the Hard Rock Casino in Tulsa, and man, but I was kind of hoping you were still out there on the track, but wanted to show your car because you've got a different paint scheme on your car, and wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, September is Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month, and I don't. Some of you might know back in about 5.5 years ago, I had a spinal cord injury from a benign spinal cord tumor, and was paralyzed and in a wheelchair, and been doing physical therapy and working on all that stuff. There's about 300,000 people in the U.S. with spinal cord injuries, and so we're just gonna, you know, make people aware it's out there. I've been real fortunate to have recovered well, and through physical therapy and occupational therapy, you know, adapted. I still do my same job as, you know, general manager out there at Chevy Land, and enjoy going to the gym and doing all the kind of stuff I used to do. It's all good, my friend. All good.
Well, Bubba, you know, you are an inspiration to a lot of people with everything that you've been through. Buddy, my hat's off to you. You know, I know it's probably not been easy road, and there's been a lot of adaptation. Now, if anybody wants to donate anything to the Spinal Cord Injury Awareness, do you have, is there a website or anything that they can go to?
Well, one of the best resources out there is Christopher Reeve Foundation. I remember Christopher Reeve that played Superman, the original Superman, and he was injured, and his organization does a really good job. A lot of charitable work, a lot of research, you know, money for research and everything. So for those who might have someone who's you know, who's thinking about you know, supporting the cause out there, I recommend Christopher Reeve Foundation, probably one of the strongest ones out there.
Well, Bubba, I know you're out there qualifying, buddy. Thanks for taking the time to visit with us and spreading the word. And, you know, much love and respect to you, brother. It's you know, I know it's probably not been easy on you or your family, but it sounds to me like you've got a great support system, and, you know, the families and your friends are behind you, brother.
You know, there's some challenges when it first happened, but I tell you what, the support network around me and the foundation of faith that I've had has got me through it. And sometimes it's just an inconvenience nowadays, you know, but life is normal. I'm well. I feel great, and you know, we're loving life.
Well, that's all we can do, brother. Of course, you know, I got a lot of respect for you, brother, and you know, again, a lot of love, a lot of friendships that we've made over the last couple of years that I've been on iRacing and doing the broadcasting stuff. Of course, unfortunately, well, I don't want to really say it's unfortunate because I'm still going to be around, but it looks like like I'm gonna be hanging up the headset as far as broadcasting goes, and you know, it's just one of them things that I want to spend some time with the family and not getting any younger, brother.
Well, you know, hey, it was a great run. I sure enjoyed your time doing this, and it was a blast. And now we can run some more races together whenever you feel like racing, you can. And so you did a great job. You had a good experience there, and so cool part about it, you're still part of the iRacing community. And we can run some races and wreck each other every now and then.
Well, that's probably bound to happen, Bubba. So, but
I guarantee you, brother.
all right, man. Well, good luck tonight, man. Have some fun, and we will catch up with you soon.
I appreciate you, buddy. See ya.
Well, all right. Well, let's get our qualifying time up as we get ready to go here. Right now, it looks like Robert Hooligan. I say that. And we are Adam Kilday with the fastest lap right now at a 54.55 or 54.54. Zach Workman in second with a 54.56. CJ Erdman in a third with a 54.64. Anthony English with a 54.67. About a minute, little over a minute left to qualify, so we're going to wait and see what happens here. If anybody lays down a faster time. Right now, though, it looks like Adam Kilday is going to be your pole setter. It's like we've got Vicente Guerrero out on the track right now. CJ Erdman with the meatball flag. Got Andy Brigante with a yellow flag. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe I need to reload my SDK. Give me just 1 second here, folks. Let me reload SDK, and I do not know why that came up. We will get everything turned back on here. Speaking of the wife, she is coming in to get me a new fresh cup of coffee. Come on, SDK. Start working for me. I believe that is going to be the end of qualifying, and SDK is fritzing out on me, but Adam Kilday will be your pole sitter. Well, let's go ahead and bring Adam up here to the booth. Well, Adam Kilday, congratulations on the pole tonight, buddy. Man, it's not going to be an easy race, that's for sure.
No, probably not. You know, it's 2 race round, I think. So we have 2 races to maximize the most points, I believe, and make our way to the final 4, hopefully. So yeah.
Well, of course, getting that win will automatically get you in. So, of course, I know all you guys are out there looking for the win, and you know, trying to get that locked in that way. So, what are you going to have to do tonight? I mean, you're starting on the pole, so just stay out front, and hopefully you have somebody give you good pushes.
Yeah, I might. I kind of was aiming to start maybe somewhere in the 3rd row and relax for a little bit, but the wind picked up in my favor at some point on the track to bump me up to P1. But I don't know. We may drop to the back on one of the pit cycles and ride around in the back for a while, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, the wind would be nice to get here and lock ourselves in so we're not as stressed going in the next week. So yeah.
Well, buddy, you know, it's all downhill from here, so good luck, Adam. Go have some fun, and well, hopefully we'll see you at the end of the race, my friend.
All right, yeah, same here, man. Hope you enjoy the show.
All right, brother.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, for some reason, my SDK is not wanting to work. Do not know why. as we get going here. This is weird. I've never had SDK do this to me like this. Let me check my properties here. Change this. There we go. All right, now I got that going. Let's go ahead and get to our grid here. Of course, Adam Kilday, your pole sitter. Zach Workman in a second. Row number 2, Robert Hooligan, CJ Erdman. Row number 3, Vicente Guerrero, Anthony English. Row number 4, Stephen Luttrell, Everett Lane. Row number 5, Jimmy Reynolds, Rick Sanchez. Row number 6, Sean Stevens, Andy Brigante. Row number 7, Nick Wing, Gabe Butler. Row number 8, Dana Shepard, Dwayne Corbett. Row number 9, Thomas Lockwood, Mike Edgerton. Row 10, Dave Hunt and Bubba Winningham. Row number 11, Payson Lindsay, Gary Bergeron. Row number 12, Andrew Zonto, Mark Mann. Row 13, Shane Posey, Andrew Schroeder. Row 14 is going to be Doug Johnson and Lynn McNeese. And there you're going to have Rick Siebrands and Andrew Zonto rounding out your field. And we are Green Flag Racing here at Talladega for the round of 8. Race number 1 underway. Yeah, unfortunately, it happens sometimes, but hey, we got it going. And I got it here. I see Lorna out there. How are you, Miss Lorna? Good to see you. But we got it back going here. 100 laps tonight. It's supposed to have been 94. I think they extended it out to a 100. We already got one up high. That is the 24 of Everett Lane. I guess he is opting to drop back towards the back of the field. And Dana Shepard kind of stuck right there in the middle. Mike Edgerton to the outside of him, going to make it 3 wide. Now he is going to fall back into that second lane. But Adam Kilday, Zach Workman still up here side by side. As we get rolling, Adam Kilday, he is jumping up. He's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out here, out of the way. He's going to fall back towards the back of the pack. Get a little bit better view here. Now Dana Shepard, he is jumping up, but well, that's going to put him out there as Adam Kilday goes down to that second lane. Going to put Robert Hooligan battling up front with the 19 of Zach Workman. Vicente Guerrero in third. CJ Erdman currently in fourth. Stephen Luttrell in sixth. Anthony English swapping back and forth between him and Stephen. Jimmy Reynolds there in seventh. Rick Sanchez in eighth. Sean Stevens ninth. Andy Brigante rounding out your top 10. Mark Mann, he is back here in 20th as Adam Kilday is going to go ahead and drop it back some more. Well, I don't know about looking good, Belva, but at least I sound pretty good. I know last week I was feeling a little bit under the weather. But you know, we've got some cooler temperatures, got a little bit of rain to knock some of the pollen down. that sure has helped. We are about 4 of 100 already in the books. These guys are scooting around here pretty good. We are pretty much single file back here from Mark Mann, Shane Posey, Doug Johnson, Adam Kilday still on the outside, Rick Siebrands, Andrew Schroeder, Lynn McNeese, Everett Lane, and Gabe Butler. He is falling back to the very back. Looking back up to the front, Robert Hooligan, though, out front in front of everybody right now. We were talking about that 3 wide here, folks, and we are getting started. It's Jerry Bergeron, Andrew Zonto, and Monday night. Wanting the 9 to Dwayne Corbett out there. I was trying to figure out who that 97 was. 83, that is Shane Posey. That 97 is supposed to be the 40 of Payson Lindsay. Here we go. We are 3 wide up at the front. That is Anthony English. He is going to drop it down in front of Workman. Rick Sanchez out there in the 5 with the 13 of Brigante, the 06 of Andrew Zonto. Here comes the 9 of Dwayne Corbett and the 43 of Dana Shepard making some moves. Dana right on the bumper of that 9, trying to push him up towards the front, get him caught up with that lead group. Anthony English in the middle with Workman. That is Hooligan Guerrero. That is the 36 of Luttrell. 17 of Reynolds, and it looks like that is the, I'm trying to see who that is. That is the 27 of Sean Stevens down on the inside line. Dropping down to the bottom. As the 19 of Workman is pushing English out towards the front. Now English is one of your playoff drivers. And I don't know if SDK will show that. Unfortunately, it will not show the P next to their name. But Anthony is one of the playoff drivers in the round of 8. We'll go ahead and pull that back up for everybody to see here real quick. Get the vertical power out of the way. 16 miles tonight, so I'm not sure where Steven is if he couldn't make it tonight. He may have had some family stuff going on. We are looking at the 38 of Thomas Lockwood and the 6 of Bubba Whittingham. There goes Anthony English back out to that 3rd lane. But Lindsay, that's Payson Lindsay, Rick Sanchez, Gabe Butler, Adam Kilday, Anthony English, Stephen Miles, Everett Lane, and the 4 of Rick Siebrands are your top 8 drivers for this round of 8. Everybody did start, so we are. And I don't have that up there. I need to put that up there as well. Make sure I get the. Oh, absolutely, Belva. I don't know if you guys heard. I think I announced it Monday night. Mama Medlock was involved in a hit-and-run accident with a semi-truck. Run her off of the road, totaled her car. Fortunately, she made it out with some I think some broken ribs and some scrapes and some bruises, but she is at home. I think she had to go back to the hospital due to some complications, but she was released. Anthony is back at home trying to rest up. Of course, Joshua had a little incident in Fort Smith and damaged his car. Fortunately, did not hurt Joshua, so he is okay. Just done some damage to his car, and apparently, from what I was told, that guy took off before the cops showed up. Zonto getting a little bit loose, almost getting up into the 5 of Rick Sanchez. But yeah, them guys, you know, the Medlock family, be sure you guys keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Of course, I made the announcement last Monday, and kind of talked to Bubba a little bit about it. Guys, I am going to be stepping aside from broadcasting as much. I will be still broadcasting Monday nights, but been really wanting to spend some time with the wife, and you know, the weekends being broadcasting on Saturdays and Sunday and Monday. Of course, we both work at the VA, and we both work pretty much the same hours. She just gets off work about 30 minutes earlier than I do. But well, I'm wanting to spend more time with her. Thursday night, I went to a concert and stayed the night at the Hard Rock Casino Hotel. Seen a great concert with Brantley Gilbert, and it was just so much fun to be able to spend some time with her and do some things. And well, guys, this is hard to do when you wake up Saturday morning and start getting ready for a broadcast. Can't really go anywhere because you're rushing to get around to get back, so you can make it back in time. So you really don't have time to really enjoy yourselves. So me and her discussed it, and well, it wasn't an easy decision, guys. I'll just tell you that. And I'm probably going to end up being out here on the track a little bit more and racing. Of course, Saturday night, I'm not going to give it up just yet because I did promise Anthony that I would cover the Fall Brawl. So I will be doing that, but after the Fall Brawl, we are hoping to find a new broadcaster for Maxspeed TV. We thought we had one lined up, but I don't think it's gonna. Haven't really heard much from him. From Mike Taldo, but so if anybody out there that's listening that may want to get into broadcast, reach out to myself, Joshua, and Jeremy. Of course, if you have Discord, you can reach out to us on Discord at the Maxspeed TV Discord or on the Maxspeed TV Facebook, and let us know, and we could definitely get with you. But well, like I said, it's just something that hasn't been an easy decision for me. Of course, like I said, Monday nights I've already committed to Jimmy on in the Monday Night OP Premier League, so I'm not going to be completely stepping away, but I will be cutting back on what I do broadcast. So of course, hey William, we'd love to talk to you about it, buddy. If you're interested, we can definitely get you taken care of. But I will definitely miss our fans. You guys have been so amazing, and I know you will still continue to support Maxspeed TV and Joshua and Jeremy. You know, I know you guys are over there probably watching their broadcast as well. So, you know, you guys are amazing, amazing fans, amazing support that you guys have. Well, here we go. Robert Hooligan coming down pit road. And we got several other cars. Mike Edgerton coming down as well. Shane Posey. So we got 3 cars. After 14 laps, going to go ahead and come down pit road. Of course, Anthony said 17 laps would be pushing it. So about 15 laps, 14 to 15 laps. So those cars were the ones out front, or at least Robert Hooligan was out front. So we watched these guys coming down the back stretch, and everybody is trying to get into that single file. Oh, the 94 gives the 9 a pretty good shot there. It looks like Bubba's going to let the 44 up Anthony English in. As we watch them come around, is this lead group? Yes, it is. They are coming down pit road. Pretty much the whole field, except for a couple of guys. Looks like Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt, Nick Wing, Mark Mann, Rick Siebrands, Andrew Schroeder, Adam Kilday, and Lynn McNeese staying out. The mouth of the South. You'll have to remind me, is that you talk about Medlock? Oh, Eric. You know, I seen him. He tuned in Monday night and was giving me a hard time Monday night as Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt, Nick Wing, Adam Kilday, Mark Mann, Andrew Schroeder, Lynn McNeese, Rick Siebrands all come down pit road. But yeah, I seen him Monday night. He actually tuned in and was giving me a little bit of a hard time on Monday night. But I don't know if Eric really has the time to do it, because I know where he lives at. I believe he works for a boat company, so they've been doing a lot of like boat shows and stuff, being down in Florida. So as this lead group, Workman, Guerrero, Luttrell, Sanchez, Reynolds, Shepard, English, Lindsay, Lockwood, Corbett, the CJ Urban, they make their way around that group that just pitted. Workman does go up to the high side. That's going to put Vicente Guerrero out front. Stephen Luttrell in a second. Rick Sanchez in third. Dwayne Corbett, he is making a run, going to get caught up to the 19. I don't know if the 19's wanting to get pushed or not, but Dwayne's going to use him as a draft. He does drop it down to the inside. Payson Lindsay getting a little bit wiggly there. He goes a little bit high, coming about mid-corner. Thomas Lockwood kind of went up high. Now he's back in line. But we are single file racing. Look at that, guys. All coming down the back stretch, all single file. Now the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, he is going up high. He's going to allow Stephen Luttrell to take the lead here. Rick Sanchez in a second. Lap number 19, folks. Coming to lap 20 here. When they cross the start and finish line. 80 to go. 81 to go, I should say. Vicente Guerrero is falling back. Guerrero going to have the lead right now. Rick Sanchez in second. Jimmy Reynolds third. Dana Shepard fourth. Anthony English rounding out your top five. Yeah, that's the way it's looking. Stephen Luttrell, Rick Sanchez battling out 1-2 right now. But while these guys are single file, we're going to go ahead and little bit of Maxspeed TV. Crank it up for you guys here tonight. Let me double check to make sure we're not going to be on a hit. They've only been out here 3 laps, so hang tight, folks. We're going to be right back. Here at Talladega. These guys are still running about 189 mile an hour top speed is what I'm seeing right now. It's 190, 191 here on the back straightaway. That is in the draft though, so that is to be expected. But right now, Stephen Luttrell down on the inside here, leader Ricky Sanchez looking to the outside with the 38 of Thomas Lockwood. 36 of Luttrell does have a good pusher behind him on the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. So we are almost a quarter way through this race. That's fine, back 25 in the books. Not really a lot to talk about. Kind of everybody back here from all about Robert Hooligan all the way back through Mike Edgerton is the last call on the lead lap. Actually, he is a lap down. They are gaining on him pretty quick, so he is actually the last car on the lead lap. Not quite a lap down just yet, but they are gaining. Shane Posey is back here by himself as well. Nick Wing is the last car on with the group here. Rick Sanchez has taken the lead from the 36 of Luttrell's. Lockwood is on the outside. Luttrell and right behind Sanchez there on that inside line. Jimmy Reynolds, Dana Shepard Anthony English all right there. 97, or actually the 40 of Payson Lindsay. Thomas Lockwood did get around. Now he is down, and we're going to go 3 wide here as they come around Mike Edgerton. Mike Edgerton blinking out, will go a lap down. So he will be the first car a lap down. As we have completed 26 laps. No stages, 1 faster pair of unlimited tires. Of course, as usual, unlimited GWCs with a limit of 15. I don't think we're going to need that much so far, though. It's been really a good racing as Andrew Zonto. We see him going down to the apron. Rick Siebrands back here again at 20th. Our big mover right now is that 84 of Lynn McNeese. He's up 27 spots right now, currently your leader. He is battling the 38 of Thomas Lockwood right now for that lead. Coming down the backstretch side by side, Bubba Whittingham on the outside with the 84 of McNeese, to 13 of Eddie Brigante there as well. Now the run that the 5 and the 38 are getting. Well, here comes the 36 of Luttrell. He is going to try to get caught up with these guys. Now, take a look here. 13 or 11, 10 laps here. Like 11 laps they put out the distance in. So we'll see as we get closer to that pit window, somewhere around the 32 to 33 lap before we get ready for pit stops. Let's go ahead, and we're probably going to, hopefully we don't, but we're going to go ahead and pull him up. He has been one of our on-track reporters. Mark, man, how's the track going to be out there, buddy?
It's pretty hot and slick, but not too bad. I'm a little bit all over the place. I got one eye on watching football and one eye on the race.
Yeah, the track temperature did rise up. We're at 160 degrees right now. We started at 82, so it did get pretty warm out there.
It did.
So do you think that higher temperature is going to have effect on your guys' tire wear?
If we go green, it absolutely will. Absolutely. After about lap 60, 70, you'll start to see guys getting loose, especially on the high side, trying to make moves.
Well, man, so far it's been a great race. You guys, there's been a lot of give and take. I see a lot of guys, I see some guys coming down pit stops now, but a lot of guys just giving room and, you know, kind of really not pressing the issue a lot. So.
Yeah, I mean, we got 3 wide now, and we were coming up on a lap car, so it's going to be interesting to see what that lapper is going to do here. But, you know, when it goes green like this, then we start to get into that fuel strategy window, and I kind of think that's what everybody's thinking about right now is how many laps can we do, how many pit stops. I think we're going to get a caution at some point, but if we don't, it's definitely going to come down to fuel strategy.
Absolutely. Well, of course, Mark, you know, made the announcement that I will be stepping away from doing the broadcasts. Going to finish out the season and then do the fall brawl, but kind of looking forward to a little more time with the wife and maybe a little more time with you guys out on the track as well. But
that would be cool.
Man, it's been such a pleasure and honor and privilege to be a part of you guys' races. And, you know, do this for Joshua to keep Maxspeed TV alive, buddy.
Absolutely, and we very much appreciate it and have enjoyed the broadcast.
Well, good luck, Mark. We're going to let you go, buddy. Thanks for giving us that on-track report. And if anything changes, if we see anything, we might bring you back up, bud.
That sounds good, brother.
All right, take care, man.
Later.
All right, we'll get him back down there. Of course, we did see some guys. Robert Hooligan got a black flag. I'm not sure if it was speeding on pits or unsafe pit entrance. But here we go. We're seeing some guys coming down at pit road. Ooh, Sanchez. Oh, no, Rick with the black flag. Thomas Lockwood with the black flag as well. They're coming onto pit road. That is not going to be good for these guys. As Rick actually slid through his pit box, you see the track temperatures starting to play havoc on the tires, making them slick. We heard Mark talking about how it's got hot. Of course, the track temperature did jump up to 106 degrees. Rick's been in his pit box for a while. More than likely going to be speeding on pits. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see a middle name out there in a chat. That is not good when the middle name gets called. But here comes this other group consisting of Lynn McNeese, CJ Urban, Vicente Guerrero, Zach Workman, Jimmy Reynolds, Anthony English, Everett Lane, Gabe Butler, Payson Lindsay, Andrew Zonto, Lynn McNeese, Doug Johnson. Rick did finally serve the penalty, but he does have help there with him with the 38 of Thomas Lockwood. So that is a good thing that he is not coming out by himself. For speeding, it's usually 40 seconds, I think. It varies. I'd have to double check that. Ooh, we got guys really pushing the envelope there. Here comes Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt, Adam Kilday, Andrew Schroeder, Nick Wing, Mark Mann, and Rick Siebrands. Lynn McNeese was your leader, but here comes the 915. That is Robert Hooligan. Robert looks like he's going to be a lap down. So actually, if they can make it around, get caught up to Dave Hunt, that Dana Shepherd will be your leader as they are coming around the. Oh man, more middle names. Uh-oh. We got a lot of boys in trouble if the middle names are coming out. Well, guys, we got a change in leaders again. The 43 of Dana Shepherd going to be your leaders. Well, Robert Hooligan is trying not to go a lap down. Ooh, kind of a, I don't know if that was going to be a ill-timed block or what, but probably not a good thing to do. Is 83. That is Shane Posey. He's trying to get his lap back the hard way. But he has help with the 14 of Vicente Guerrero and Jimmy Reynolds. Dana is all over the bumper of that 915. Got the 36 of Stephen Luttrell with him there on the inside, and Lynn McNeese as well. But the 83 of Shane Posey, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Oh, Dana got pushed out to 3 wide. Well, the lap traffic's going to move up to the high side. They try to get around the 915 of Hooligan. Dana Shepherd does clear him. He is going to be out front there. Shane Posey is dropping back. Now, you know, the lap traffic doesn't have to give the spot up. As long as they're going, and racing. There's nothing that says they can't be up there racing. But if they are really slowing down traffic, you know, to me, I wouldn't want to ruin anybody's race, or I would probably yield if I was, you know, several laps down. But right now they're only a lap down, so not a big deal. Of course, you stay clean and a caution comes out, and then you're the first car on the that's a lap down, not involved. You're getting lucky though. That's kind of probably what they're looking for, but not really hoping for. Payson Lindsay, though, he is on the outside with CJ Erdman. They're trying to make up some ground here to get pushed up to the front. Now, these two guys are teammates, so I would say that they would be working together. CJ, I thought, was teammates with the 43. Everybody's kind of getting back in a single file line here, except for Payson and CJ. They are still hooked up on that second line. Everybody else dropping down to the inside line. Of course, with the higher track temperatures, oh, trust me, Belva, Lorna, I always knew when I was in trouble. When my mother would call me by my full legal name, I knew I'd done something wrong. Jimmy Reynolds down pit road, along with Andrew Zonto. Both of those guys are coming off of pit road. Thomas Lockwood, Everett Lane, and Rick Sanchez back here running together. Gabe Butler is up here with that lead group. I'm trying to go through here. 21 and Nick Wing is the last car with that group. About 11 seconds back from that main group, Doug Johnson, Andy Brigante, Jerry Bergeron. Dwayne Corbett by himself, and then Thomas Lockwood, Everett Lane, Rick Sanchez together. Jimmy Reynolds is by himself, about a second, almost 2 seconds now behind Rick. The main group is catching up with Jimmy here pretty quickly. Dwayne's begging for the yellow. That's Dwayne Corbett out there in chat. I don't know how they do that. Texting and driving is, well, in Oklahoma is illegal, sir. Dana Shepard, though, battling out with the 97 or the 40 of Payson Lindsay, and the 94 CJ Erdman in the second lane. Here comes the 27 of Sean Stevens, making a run on the outside with those guys. Of course, Sean Stevens, he is in the group with the Checker Flag Motorsports guys. That consists of Doug Johnson, Bubba Whittingham, Lynn McNeese, Mike Edgerton, Sean Stevens, and Andy Brigante. So definitely have some help around with them. Dana Shepard's getting a good run. Seems like that inside line really is the line to be on. Take a look at our about 8 to 9 laps for these guys on this last pit stop. So Doug Johnson, Andy Brigante, Gary Bergeron back here. Jerry Bergeron, I should say. Everett Lane, Thomas Lockwood, Rick Sanchez, Bubba Whittingham. Of course, Bubba is a lap down. Andrew Zonto, Mike Edgerton back here with this group. Jimmy Reynolds, though, is kind of falling off pace as this other group. Anthony English, Dave Hunt, they do make it around Jimmy. Jimmy is a lap down. Of course, that black flag hurts these guys. Having to serve that penalty. Now we're side by side up here for the lead. Move door to door with Payson Lindsay, Dana Shepard. Trying to get some of that side draft off that inside line to slow them down. Almost a bad bump there by the 94 on the 97. We see them coming down the backstretch in the turns 3 and 4 here. There goes that group. Here comes the lead pack across the start-finish line. Outside line getting a little bit squirrely there. Coming into turns 1 and 2, coming out. Ooh, the 94, you kind of see him rear end starting to get a little bit loose. Of course, you can bump draft in these cars, but I'm going to tell you, you hit somebody off center in these cars, it can be a handful. So you got to make sure that you are lined up with that lead car as we come back through the tri-oval for lap 46. Payson Lindsay going to lead that lap. Dana Shepard making a move on the inside with the 915 of Robert Hooligan in tow. Again, you see that 94 getting a little bit out of shape there. Of course, we got to take a look at Bubba Winningham's car once again, because it is such a beautiful, beautiful paint job with that spinal cord injury awareness. So guys, if you are feel the calling to try to help out that organization, of course he said go check out the Christopher Reeves Foundation. Of course, Christopher Reeves, everybody knows, played Superman in the original Superman movies, was involved in that accident and had the spinal cord injury, which ended up taking his life. But Bubba has been just a pillar, an example, I should say, of hard work and dedication. I know we've talked on the side about his physical therapy and stuff like that, but of course, hats off to Bubba and his family. I know it can't be easy, especially with a major issue like that. Oh, what a save there by the Payson. CJ Irvin gives him a pretty good shot, gets him bent out of shape, and Payson drops it down in front of the 36. Tire wear has got to be causing some problems here. We're talking to Mark about how slick and hot it's getting on the track. I see Jerry Bergeron down pit road now, so he is down there by himself. Jimmy Reynolds going a lap down here. Here they come. Dana Shepard going to lead this group down pit road. It's Dana Shepard, Stephen Luttrell, Robert Hooligan, Shane Posey, all coming down pit road. So Bubba had had something on his, like a benign spot on his spine, which ended up, when they did surgery, I think it ended up paralyzing him from the waist down. And he has been going through physical therapy and all of that. It's just been, I don't want to, of course it's going to be rough on anybody, but he has fought through like a trooper and has just been just an inspiration with his attitude, his dedication, his just overall will to keep going. So, but now we got CJ Urban, Payson Lindsay, Everett Lane, Rick Sanchez, Thomas Lockwood, Mike Edgerton, Bubba Winningham, Andrew Zonto down pit road. Sean Stevens, though, going to be your leader. Jimmy Reynolds trying to get his lap back here. As he drops it down in front of Sean, I would expect this elite group, Sean Stevens, Rick Siebrands, I would expect some of these guys to start coming down pit road. As I say that, Sean Stevens, Gabe Butler, Lynn McNeese, Vicente Guerrero, Zach Workman, and Anthony English coming down pit road. Well, that's going to put Rick Siebrands as your leader, Adam Kilday second, Dave Hunt in third, Andrew Schroeder in fourth, Mark Mann fifth, and Nick Wing around in sixth. But I wouldn't say he's had any setbacks since any of that, Bubba. It's just, it's, again, he's just, he's an advocate for the spinal cord injury awareness foundation and everything, and he's just an advocate for that. So, come on, guys, get her locked down. Adam Kilday, Rick Siebrands, Dave Hunt, Andrew Schroeder, Nick Wing, Mark Mann, all coming down pit road with no incidents, so no black flags on these guys. Sean Stevens is out here. Would expect to see some tire changes. Maybe not. Adam Kilday is going to bring these guys back out of pit road. That's definitely spread the field out here, folks. Rick Sanchez coming back around, trying to get back up on that lead lap, and he is ahead of that lead group, but he does have some help with the 24 of Everett Lane with him. We got that big group, as you can see, behind them. That's going to be Sean Stevens, and they just did it. So I want to look at Rick. See, they've been out here for several laps. Their pit strategy, unfortunately. Sean Stevens going to be your leaders. They're coming up on that 24 of Everett Lane and Rick Sanchez. That's going to force them to go, the lead group to go up to the high side. They are maintaining their lane. Again, they do not have to get out of the way if they're maintaining speed, which they were. It's just when you've got a bigger group of cars, well, that bigger group is going to be faster, definitely. But they're going to be now looking at the third line. Andrew Zonto going out with you. They're coming up on another lap of traffic here of the one of Jerry Bergeron. Gonna make it a little wide here, guys. Let's keep an eye on this. Gary keeps it close to the wall, or Jerry keeps it close to the wall. Do a great job right there. Fall back and not get in anybody's way. Dana Shepherd battling out with that 27 of Sean Stevens. Ooh, Zach Workman going to the apron and coming back on the track. Whoa. 97 of Payson Lindsay getting down into the door of the 952. Now Payson does drop it back down the line. Get it away from that 3 wide. 6 of Bubba Winningham right there behind Andrew Zonto. Looks like Bubba is 2 laps down, as well as Zonto and Edgerton. Excuse me. Jimmy Reynolds back down pit road once again. Jimmy is a lap down. Andy Brigante's a lap down. Doug Johnson's a lap down. Rick Sanchez is a lap down. Everett Lane, Robert Bergeron, that is 1 lap down, and then Jimmy Reynolds, Shane Posey, Thomas Lockwood, Dwayne Corbett, Andrew Zonto, Bubba Winningham, and Mike Edgerton are 2 laps down. That little Kenny Real out there again, chat. Kenny, how are you doing, buddy? Why ain't you out here racing tonight? Well, I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Yeah, why ain't you out here running with these guys tonight? I always forget about the days other than Mondays. Uh-oh, I seen that one coming. Payson Lindsay. That's going to bring out our first caution of the night, guys. 57 laps of green flag racing. And we have our first caution. Let's take a look here and see. Well, why did it take me all the way back to the beginning? What happened with Payson Lindsay right here? It looked like maybe Payson was trying to squeeze in between the 88 and the 24. That could be one reason why my camera controls ain't working. Let's take a look here. Looks like Payson was coming down. Took a little longer and gets right in front, takes off the nose of the 88. The 88 trying to straighten him up, and then he gets into the 84, and that just caused a chain reaction. Looks like the 53 up into the wall, the 388 of Doug Johnson, the 21 of Nick Wing, Jerry Bergeron, Mike Edgerton, Mark Mann, all getting a piece of that. Mark goes to the inside wall. Well, guys, that's going to bring out our first caution of the night. So, right now, Sean Stevens, Dana Shepherd, Stephen Luttrell. Stephen has pit box earlier, so it's going to be changing. But we're going to go ahead and step aside we're going to play our commercials here. Our Buttkicker, our league sponsor, Buttkicker, and then Chevyland. But we will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Had to take care of some stuff real quick. Steve Trail, though, gonna be your leader. Sean Stevens in second, Dana Shepard third, Vicente Guerrero fourth, Gabe Butler in fifth, Dave Hunt in sixth, Zach Workman in seventh, Anthony English in eighth, Andrew Schroeder in ninth, and Adam Kilday rounding out your top 10. Looks like several guys are going to get back on the lead lap. Rick Siebrands, Rick Sanchez will be back on the lead lap. He is down getting some fuel. Martin Mann coming off of pit road, as well as Lynn McNeese. Do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, folks. It means a lot to not only us here at Maxspeed TV, but also to the drivers, because they will go back and watch that. Of course, I do have the live chat replay on YouTube, so they will be able to see everything you guys post out there in chat. So they definitely appreciate you guys rooting them on. And I see some damage to the back of that car there. I believe that is the 21 of Nick Wing. Still has some damage to the rear end of his car as we come out of turn 4. We're getting ready for the Chevyland green flag restart. You see the flagman there with the green flag in his hand. They are coming through this big tri-oval. All right, David O out there in chat checking in with us. David, how are you doing, sir? Enjoy that World 100 to start. Green flag, Chevrolet green flag back out. So, getting back started. Already looking at 3 wide here. Looks like the 9 of Dwayne Corbett staying on the outside. That's going to keep the 83 of Shane Posey up there as well. Good restart by everybody right now, just kind of side by side. trying to get into a good position. As the 36 girl does have the lead. Don't you do this to me, iRacing. Here we go, folks. iRacing, give me a packet loss. And that is going to kill my stream for just a second. Guys, let me get this worked out, but I will be right back. All right, folks, we made it back in, but too long this time. But we do have a change of leaders. Sean Stevens out front, Stephen Luttrell in second, CJ Erdman third, Dana Shepard in fourth, Gabe Butler better have your top five.
Andrew, what are you doing, bro?
Hang on just a second, folks. Let me get rid of the... There we go. Definitely don't want you guys hearing the chat. again, I do apologize. iRacing has been doing that to me here lately, giving me a packet loss and kicking me out of the server. I'm not sure why it's doing it, because I've got, well, my PC is a newer PC, and I'm running 32 gigs of RAM. Good video card, 170 Super. It's a pretty decent graphics card. The only thing I can figure out, it has something to do with the server. It looks like Robert Hooligan though has taken his car into pit road. At 94 and the 83 are trying to battle it out, try to get up to the front. Sean Stevens, though, down on the inside line with Stephen Luttrell and Dana Shepard. Here, going to be the 84 of Lynn McNeese, up 19 spots. Currently in 9th place, so. We are back live though, as we have completed 69 laps, coming around to lap 70. That'll put us at 31 to go when we cross the line coming out of turn number 4 here. Coming through this big tri-oval back to the start finish line. Oh, we're going to have another wreck here. Andrew Zonto. Several guys involved in that. Going to bring out our second caution of the night. Let's see if it'll take us back here, as we'll go on board with Andrew Zonto here. Look like maybe a bad push here on the 9 of Dwayne Corbett. Let's take a look here. Yeah, just very so slightly off center, and that gets Dwayne down into the 83. The 40 there is Payson Lindsay getting a piece of it. Dana Shepard hard into the outside wall. And then Dwayne Corbett back up the track, gets hit by the 06, the 56 of Mike Edgerton, the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Anthony English somehow making it through that, the 21 of Nick Wing somehow makes it through, as well as Zach Workman. Dana Shepard took a hard shot to that outside wall. We got several meatball flags. Dana Shepard, Andrew Zonto, all with meatball flags. So, unfortunately, that's going to do some damage. A black flag to Dwayne and to Doug Johnson as well. Yep, Stephen Luttrell did make it through. Looks like Rick Sanchez made it through unscathed as well. Andrew Zonto joining me up here, assuming his night is done. Andrew, man, tough break, buddy.
Needed a caution. I kind of fun. One of the pit stops coming up in the race, and screwed me over. But try to get a caution to get a lap back. I should have stayed out, but it looked like staying out. They didn't go a lap down because I caused the caution. So yeah, just disappointing.
I mean, of course, you know, track temperatures did jump up. We're at 106 degrees, and that does play havoc a little bit more on these cars compared to what it does, say, the trucks or even the next gen car.
Yeah, that. I didn't think I hit him that hard going into one, but I guess I had way too much momentum. And yeah.
Well, I mean,
like on the replay, it just looked like I just tapped him a little too hard.
Well, from what we were seeing, you know, it didn't look like a hard to us. To me, maybe just a little off center. Of course, we all know that these cars don't take the bump all that well.
Yeah.
So, but you know, again, unfortunately, is that ending your night, or did you have a fast repair left?
Nah, end of my night.
Oh man.
My steering was so screwed up from the contact with, I think, with Gary, which surprises me. Like, I thought, like, oh, okay, I'll get a little bit of wheel damage. No, my whole wheel was all screwed up.
Oh, man. Well,
and it's not easy on a controller, so.
Yeah, definitely. One of the few guys that I know can run like you do on a controller, man, that in itself, brother, that's just impressive.
Yeah. But I kind of made a bet with some of the guys that I was talking with that I'll go the last 2 races on a wheel. And it's like, and I told them, well, if I cause a wreck on a wheel, I don't want to hear nothing. If I can hold a straight line, I don't want to hear nothing. It's on you guys now.
Y'all forced me to do it.
Exactly.
Well, let me ask, what wheel setup do you have?
So besides the PS4 controller, it's a Logitech. I got it as a gift from Vincent.
Okay.
I've used it a couple times in a few restricted plate races. I've even used it in some road course races. It's just with me, like, I have ADHD, and I mean, I don't know if it's like on the spectrum or anything, but like I'm more focused if I'm like focusing, like, you know, with my fingers and stuff like that, more than like, you know, focusing on the hand, the pedals, switching the black boxes, and with all that, it's like it throws me off compared to like just holding a controller. Okay, I got to change something. Controller to my thigh. Use my right hand. You know, click the mouse. Do my black box. Stuff like that.
Well, you know, even with me, I mean, I'm running. You know, I'm running a Moza, but I still got my keyboard in my lap, and I've got my mouse right there. That if I need to change something, I could click something with my mouse. As we get ready to go back green here, the Chevy Land green flag in the air, waiting on these guys to hit that restart zone. We see Dana Shepard just now coming off of pit road, but the flagman does have that Chevy Land green flag in his hand. Back out wave, but here we go, folks. Green flag. Back out again. Lap 73. Andrew. So, I mean, really, though, if you think about it, we had 57 laps of green flag racing, which, honestly, for, you know, what we've seen before on Saturday nights, man, it's just been some great racing tonight.
Oh yeah, fantastic racing. I mean, I think that's one of our longest green flag runs of the season.
No, I think I
feel like it was Atlanta.
It was Atlanta. We had 80 something laps of green flag.
Yeah, I think that was last race too.
It was. As a matter of fact, it was. So,
See, I'm just that good.
Dwayne Corbett showed him the crash. Oh, caution. Let's take a live rewind here real quick and see what happened with Dwayne. This was on the restart. He goes down to the apron. He locks it up. Looked like he got a fire under his hood. And then he toes to the pits. Well, guys, looking at our top 10 right now. Everett Lane back out on the lead lap in the lead. Gabe Butler in at second. CJ Erdman in third. Stephen Luttrell fourth. Sean Stevens fifth. Dave Hunt in at sixth. Zach Burton actually hit himself to change spots. Zach is in sixth. Dave Hunt seventh. Jimmy Reynolds in eighth. Lynn McNeese ninth. And Rick Sanchez rounding out your top 10. Now, of course, Andrew, we all know, we've got 2 races here in the round of 8. Points matter right now.
Yeah, they do matter. Leading laps and stuff like that. I think just go back on Corbett. I think probably something happened in-house. So, yeah, hopefully everything's good with him.
Oh, we're fixing to have some issues here. Is we going to go... Well, I thought we were going to go 4 wide. End up going 3 wide as Dana Shepherd goes a lap down here. That puts him 2 laps down. Yeah, he is 2 laps down. Mike Edgerton 2 laps down. Looks like we have lost Dwayne, Doug Johnson, of course Andrew up in the booth with me. I appreciate you, even though you're not didn't end the way you wanted it to, but appreciate you coming up in the booth with me, buddy, to finish out this race.
Of course, of course. I may be up in the booth with you for the last race of the season since I did sponsor it. Who knows? Maybe, huh?
We're going to go 3 wide here. That is Lynn McNeese to the outside with the 38 of Thomas Lockwood and the 6 of Bubba Whittingham. Making that 3rd line working now. The 40 of Payson Lindsay. I guess when I refresh, of course, this is what we were talking about. I've been getting this packet loss with iRacing here. They're wrecking again. It's a 94. CJ Erdman, the 84 of Lynn McNeese, the 83 of Shane Posey.
Yeah, I'm getting some more packet loss as well.
Not sure why it's causing the issue, but let's take a look here. We see what happened. Let's go back on a rewind here. Look like
push from Lockwood into Len.
Yeah, and again we were talking same thing that happened with you. Just that that bad. I mean, I wouldn't want to say it's a bad push. It's just an off-center push by the 38 on the 84. As you can see, when he hits him, he's kind of scraping his bumper, gives him a little bumper hook there. Well, that gets him down into the 94. It sends Lynn up in the wall. The 38 coming right back up. A little bit of net code maybe there involved in that. But, man, the 94 took a ride. The 83, Shane Posey getting a piece of it. Somehow Andy Brigante getting it shut down. And as Lynn's hood comes flying up through the screen into your living room, a little souvenir for you guys. Yeah, that was Lockwood.
You get a hood. You get a hood.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a hood.
But yeah, that was Thomas Lockwood, William, not Stephen. But yeah, that it caused a big mess there. Several people involved. With 22 laps to go, we're still looking at one more pit stop.
Yeah, we'll probably be going back on lap 82.
Yeah, we should be 20 laps to go when we come back to green flag.
Yeah.
Of 19. It'll be lap 19 is when we come back to green.
Max fuel that they can save is like around 16 laps. 17 is pushing it. So definitely it's going to be one more pit stop and maybe a quick splash and go.
That's what I would think. So just probably, I mean, do a short run, splash and go, and be gone. But looking back through here, CJ Irvin's still with the black flag. Lynn McNeese got a black flag as well, but looks like they kind of might have cleared that. Not sure, but CJ Irvin with the black flag right now. No, they cleared them all, so. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're going to step aside real quick. We will be right back.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
All right, folks, we are back. Me and Andrew were just kind of talking about my little trip with the wife up to the casino and stuff, and the night stay and the concert and everything else we went and seen. Man, I'm going to tell you guys, though, that was probably one of the most exciting concerts I've ever seen. But looking at our field right now, Gabe Butler, your leader, Everett Lane in second, Zach Workman in third, Sean Stevens fourth, Dave Hunt in fifth, Stephen Luttrell in sixth, Jimmy Reynolds seventh, Jerry Bergeron in eighth, Vicente Guerrero ninth, and Anthony English rounding out your top 10. So we come out of turn 4, Andrew. We're going to be ready for this Chevyland green flag restart. And again, third caution of the night's really not bad. We got 20 to go. Be 19 to go at the line as the pace car dies off down the pit road.
Thing with Talladega is like we all know how to run Talladega, unless like if it's newer people in it. So it's more of an adrenaline to where you're gonna get long pit stop runs. Daytona, it's all different because it's very tight and compact.
This is such a wide track that you got room. There is a little bit of room for error if the people around you are really paying attention. But you're going to see, we kind of seen Everett kind of drop it down, trying to get a little bit of that side draft to take that momentum away from that bottom line. But you got to be careful, especially with the track temperatures being higher. Zach Workman's got to be careful, though, because he looks like he's hitting Gabe Butler a little bit off center here. Let's go to a real. Gabe does have some damage. You can see kind of bumping him off center a little bit. Got to be careful about that right there, how he's scraping across the bumper with somebody. That's going to end your night. Zach makes a move to the outside, going to be in front of Everett Lane. Everett's going to give him a shove. That's a 53. He comes up on Gabe. Now the 36, the 53, and the 88 were kind of linked up together. They did get a little spacing there as a 24, the 27 of Sean Stevens, and the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds on that second line. Vicente Guerrero has done pretty decent tonight. I don't think he's been caught up in a whole lot of stuff. He's been running pretty good. 17 to go, Andrew, buddy. It's going to come down to the wire here. Of course, we had a pretty exciting finish on Monday night. Again, you were up in the booth with me for that. We were both excited, trying to call the end of the race at the same time. I think we both just got a little excited on that one. But man, it was a great finish Monday night, and I'm betting we're going to have some similarity tonight.
Agree. I mean, it was just so out of left field for Mark to time it perfectly and get himself in the spot to win.
Yeah, we're going 3 wide here. That's Vicente Guerrero on the outside. Jimmy Reynolds in the middle. Dave Hunt down at the bottom. Now the 38 and Thomas Lockwood running. Vicente out on that third line. Here comes Andy Brigante. Looked like he was trying to go 3 wide with them. I'm going to look right here to see if maybe Lim McNeese was going to go out there, but he dropped it back down in that second line. But, well, Andrew, with Talladega, really the line is just going to depend on how you're running. Oh, side by side, door to door of the 17 and the 38. There's really not a clear advantage on any line here, is there?
I mean, it just depends on how many cars you have behind you. The first lane is typically always the lane you want to go because you want to avoid, if it's the fan. But then you want to go to the middle lane and stuff.
Watch it.
Sorry, I got to get used to the broadcaster language.
Yep.
But when you're in the middle lane, you want to make sure you have people behind you. Normally you could do it with one driver, compete with that inside lane, but you got to have more people with you. The outside lane, it's all about in my opinion, it's all about side drafting, getting the angles out of the corners, into the corners. If you're second place behind the outside lane, or even in the middle lane, it's all about, like, you got to keep in contact with that bumper. You got about maybe a lap and a half before you blow up. And you got to hope that's enough time to get that driver in front of you, clear of the driver on the bottom.
Yeah, and of course, with the track higher, that's what causes these cars to really heat up quicker. There's 3 wide, 4 rows deep. Now, you see these guys just, I don't know if they're side drafting, but, that hurts you as much as it does the car you're trying to side draft with, in my opinion.
It just depends on how you take it. Because if you're on that outside lane, you kind of want to screw up the middle lane a little bit so you can have that chance to get that run, to get that push, to go down to that middle lane, maybe even go down into that first lane. It's all about momentum and teamwork.
got right now Vicente Guerrero, Bubba Winningham. Thomas Lockwood going up high towards that wall. That gets him away from Vicente, which really, you're talking about the momentum. You just see that Vicente's keeping his momentum by side drafting off of the 13. But they're not going to have the run. Oh, we're going to have, Bubba Winningham getting a hard hit there by the 40 of Payson Lindsay. Almost gets them sideways. But you see Vicente and the 13 of Andy Brigante. You see that door draft that was working pretty well, but the 13 was able to push Vicente up towards that wall. And we see guys that's jockeying down that bottom line getting ready to maybe do that short run for the pit stop.
I mean, the short pit stop is what's going to throw everything off.
Yeah, 12 to go, and they've been out here 9 laps already, so they're definitely not going to have enough fuel to make it to the end. I already see guys coming down pit road. Adam Kilday, Anthony English, Rick Sanchez, Nick Wing, Rick Siebrands, Andrew Schroeder, and Mark Mann. They are coming off of pit road now, so they were the first to take advantage of that short run, but they're going to have to build up some speed to close the gap on these lead guys. Now here comes Everett Lane, Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt, Gabe Butler, Stephen Luttrell, Lynn McNeese, Thomas Lockwood, and Jimmy Reynolds. They are coming down pit road. That's going to leave Andy Brigante, Sean Stevens, Vicente Guerrero, Bubba Winningham, CJ Erdman, Jerry Bergeron, and Payson Lindsay in this lead group, along with the 43 of Dana Shepard. With 11 to go, man, it's going to be close, but it's definitely going to spread the field out. But you've got guys, big groups. Now it looks like Bubba's going to let Vicente get down into that lower line so they can make this pit stop. But you're going to have big groups pitting together, which is, going to help you regain that momentum and get back up to race speed. Ooh, Sean Stevens with the black flag.
Wow.
That's definitely going to hurt Sean's chances of winning this race now, because he is going to have to serve that black flag, which is probably going to be speeding under pits, which is that a 30 or 40-second hold?
Depending how fast he was going.
Okay.
Could be a 20-second hold. Most of the time it is.
Vicente Guerrero, he is going to be the first off of pit road, but Payson Lindsay, not giving him any breathing room, is going to pass him on the apron.
He was going 70 and a 55.
Oh.
Call the popo.
Yep. Well, Payson Lindsay took advantage of that, but Everett Lane and that group already, they are up to speed past them like they were standing still. That's going to put Everett Lane as your leader. Gabe Butler in second, Dave Hunt in third, Zach Workman fourth, Lynn McNeese in fifth, Stephen Luttrell in a sixth. Then you got Jimmy Reynolds, Thomas Lockwood, Mark Mann, Anthony English, Rick Sanchez, all these guys back here. Vicente Guerrero back in with this group. And I've got people blinking out, so I have to stay off of that. Oh, everybody's blinking out. I don't know if you can see. I don't think it shows a spectator you have a packet loss. Yep, I am. I'm having packet loss again.
Oh no, not the loss.
Yep, I can see my little emblem right there. As you guys see on my screen, it's showing packet loss. Again, I don't know what causes that. I don't think it's my system, Andrew, because I mean I'm running a pretty decent gaming system now. So, but something's going on with my internet, which very well is. Oh, the 24 He jumps up to that second line, throwing a block on the 84, the 84, the 14. Yep, there it goes. It's me. Well, unfortunately, guys, if I lose my iRacing again, that's going to be it. I'm not going to be able to get back in time to finish the race. But hopefully, we are 8 laps to go. Let me see if it cleared. Nope, it did not. I'm trying not to change cameras. I'm going to try to keep them on this camera for the rest of the race. I think that will cause it to be worse. I don't know. I'm looking to see if I have anything else open, and I do not, other than my OBS, because my YouTube, my stream is running off my other PC. Well, unfortunately, that move by Everett Lane didn't really help him as he jumped to that third lane, and it just kind of lost his momentum. But Anthony English, here we go. He is jumping to the outside into that third lane. Left Zach Workman out there in the middle by himself with Payson Lindsay right behind. We're going to get a 2-1 here as the 36 is Stephen Luttrell in the 5. Oh, come on. Don't do this.
You can do it, Peter. Just last.
Yeah.
5 more laps.
6 more laps to go.
Oh. 3 wide. Oh, now we got 4
wide.
5 wide.
Oh.
We're second place. Third place.
Oh, no. We're going to have a wreck here.
Oh, we got a flip.
Big wreck.
Zach is dead.
Zach Workman has been murdered out here on the track. All right, well, let's try to do this, hopefully. We're going to get back right here, and we're going to get on Zach Workman. Let's get a chase view here.
Oh, it was the same thing. It was just a bad bump.
A little bit of net code right there, but Zach Workman right behind Anthony English. You see, you give him a shot. That's where we go 4 wide, and then here comes Rick Sanchez. He bumps Workman. Workman gets into the 44, and then, oh, man, what a ride.
Right now, it shows Anthony as the leader. I don't think it's got any damage.
Yeah, Anthony got shoved down to the apron. But, well, guys, if you get motion sickness, you might want to look away. We're going to go cockpit here with, let me get my, with Mr. Zach Workman.
Wow, he did save that.
But here we go. We're on board with Workman for this wreck. On his side, and then looked like he got caught up in a small F4 tornado as he went spinning across the track there, folks.
Small F4? You mean that small F0 tornado?
Well,
F4 is pretty large.
In Oklahoma, some F4s can be pretty small, trust me. But yeah, it very violent crash there by Workman. He does have a meatball flag, and I don't know if he has a fast car or not. But he's still down on pit road. But you're right, Anthony English is your leader. Stephen Luttrell in second. Gabe Butler third. Jimmy Reynolds in fourth. Jerry Bergeron rounding out your top 5. Then we have Vicente Guerrero, Lynn McNeese, Mark Mann, Thomas Lockwood, Everett Lane in the top 10. So, well, guys, this will be a regulation GWC when we come back. Should be a regulation GWC and then we'll see what happens. But hang tight, folks. We will be back in just a second.
Sizzling summer savings are yours for the taking at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Save now before the price adjustments kick in. Get up to $9,000 off MSRP on select new Silverado models or incredible 0% financing on select new Chevrolet vehicles. And the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months, no charge scheduled maintenance. Get the best deals at North Louisiana's #1 dealer, Chevyland. Your Silverado headquarters. Online at Chevyland.com.
Back live here. All right, folks, we are back as we come out of turn number 4, the GWC, a regulation GWC attempt here. And, well, I got a... Oh, here we go. I'm going to send you a... There's you an invite. Pace car has dive off down to pit road. Anthony English going to be your leader. Is going to have control of the restart as they hit that United Rentals restart zone. Chevy Lane green flag back out. GWC attempt regulation. GWC. Here we go. Down on the inside. Anthony English on that second lane. Kind of a slow start for these guys.
I think some of them were still trying to save a little bit of fuel because they are on fumes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
It is going to be interesting as the 88 of Gabe Butler right on the bumper of the 36 of Latrell.
Oh, no, Latrell's in a bad spot. Oh, he blocked him.
Oh, I see Gary Bergeron down to the apron. Did he save it? Yes, he did. No caution. We get back up to the front. Well, that's going to cost Stephen Latrell some spots as Gabe Butler takes over the lead. But here we go, coming through the tri-oval. White flag in the air and a flying final lap, folks. This is it. At this point, Latrell, man. Mark Mann, Stephen Latrell.
It was that bump again.
It was. But we're looking back here. Anthony English, though, does have the lead. Gabe Butler in a second. We got people crashing behind everybody. Vicente Guerrero to the outside with no help because you have Anthony, Gabe, and Jimmy Reynolds all right there. As they come around the turn 3 and 4, here we go, folks. Come through the tri-oval. Anthony English, though, with the lead. Gabe Butler second. Jimmy Reynolds third. Gabe looking to the outside. Blocks going everywhere, door to door. Who's going to get it at the line? Gabe Butler's going to get it at the line. Anthony English second. Jimmy Reynolds in third. Vicente Guerrero finishing P4. Well, that's going to finish this race, but what a finish. Thought Anthony was going to hang on to it, but Gabe and Jimmy decided to get teamed up there and just pushed Gabe up to the win. But Anthony, definitely being a playoff driver, is going to have the points to get more ahead for that final race coming up next week. Well, hang tight, folks, as they get their cool-off lap in. We're going to step aside, get our top 3 up here, and get our Maxspeed TV post-race interviews underway. Hang tight. We will be right back. All right, folks, we are back. We have caught up with our top 3 here tonight. We're going to start with our 3rd place finisher tonight. Let me get switched around here. That is going to be on the number 17 of Mr. Jimmy Reynolds. Well, Jimmy, buddy, you know, great race overall. And, you know, you guys, as you and Adam are trying to murder each other out there on the track. but man, what an overall great race for you guys tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty uneventful. 4 cautions, a lot of you know, in a straight line racing. So it worked out pretty good, I thought.
Well, I've seen a lot of just give and take tonight. I mean, people not really pushing the issue until, of course, you know, late in the race, we kind of expected, you know, people vying for that position, especially, you know, your playoff drivers up here trying to get as many points as they can. You know, of course, you know, only 2 races in the round of 8. We expect some raciness, I guess you could say, out of these guys.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a rough one, to be honest with you, because these guys, you know, like you said, these guys, the ones that made the final 8 got to make the final 4, and they got 2 races to get enough points in order to get a win to make that happen. And so it was pretty mild, to be honest with you. But I like the ending, so I always like a podium.
You're right.
You got to push a teammate to the win. I blew my motor early, so that was unexpected. And I'm usually pretty good at that. So I was watching my temps, doing everything I needed to do, and it just popped. I was like, okay, that's good.
Well, you know, when we started the race, Jimmy, track temperature was only at 82 degrees. And then, of course, when all the cars got out there, it jumped it up to 106. When we talked to Mark a little bit in our in-race, on-track interviewer, but he said that it was starting to get a little bit slick with the increased temperatures. Was you feeling any of that prior to your engine blowing? Was you having any of the traction issues?
No, I wasn't having any traction issues at that point. The temperature was high, I know, and the humidity's a little higher, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I do know people have been popping motors pretty quick lately that I've heard. I haven't done it, so I was just going by what I know to do, and it popped. So then every time I got pushing, I was like really nervous after that happened. So.
Well, it's always in the back of your mind when that happens. Like, oh man, there's some guys that'll have it blink for half a lap before they have to really get out of the way, and then there's some guys that say, well, as soon as that thing turned red, it popped.
Yeah, it went quick, but yeah, I'm glad we got back on the lead lap and got up here and got able to run for a podium, and I will continue to be racing here with my teammates and trying to get them a chip. So we'll see how that goes.
So what it looks like, Gabe is either thanking you or trying to ruin your car for the next race, but we'll see what happens, buddy. Well, Jimmy, congratulations on your P3 finish tonight. The mic is yours, brother. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate?
Thank you for doing the broadcast for us, and thank the admins for everything that they do, and thanks teammates. Thank my wife for letting me come in here and do this thing we do, and thanks for the racers for showing out, because without them there'd be no us.
Of course, we have started adding that slogan to our race descriptions, and that's all on you, buddy. I'm proud to do it for you guys. But of course, like we talked about, we're still going to do Monday nights, but trying to find us a replacement for the Saturday night broadcasts, and but we'll see what happens. Of course, good luck the rest of the season, buddy, and we will see you, sir, Monday night.
All right, thanks. Peace.
See ya. All right, well, that's going to bring us to our second place finisher tonight. We'll get him up here in the channel. I'm surprised I didn't catch him in mid-sentence, but Anthony English finishing P2 tonight. Much needed points for you being in the Elite 8 here. I know you would have liked to have that win to secure your spot into the Championship 4, but I think you'll take the points as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was a hell of a race there. I mean, I did everything I could there to be where I needed to be at the end to have a look at it, and I did. But in the end, I mean, Jimmy and Gabe were running together, so it's hard to do anything as a solo car in that type of situation. I just had to throw a couple blocks, hope I did enough to try to keep him behind me and not kill us all, and because it wasn't worth killing us all, especially when it is so close in points when it comes to Saturdays. So yeah. Big shout out to Gabe, and congrats on his win and stuff. But he made all the right moves at the right time. So, but I'll take second. It's decent points.
Now,
all the other guys though, they still finished pretty decent. So I mean, points next week are going to be, oh my God, it's going to be crazy.
They're going to be tight, that's for sure. But so just to ask you this, because Vicente was right there with you guys coming out of turns 3 and 4. I think he kind of got caught up in the lane switching and kind of lost a little momentum. But do you think if he was able to stay right there with you, that would have gave you a better chance of catching Jimmy and Gabe?
Well, I was trying to stay in the lane that was moving, just due to the fact that it didn't look like there was anybody else behind Vince. So if I moved up there and by chance Jimmy had another car behind him or something, I mean, I was going to kill myself that way. Either way. So it was, you really kind of, you shoot yourself in the foot. You choose one of the 2 or 3 options that, can try to get you a result without, killing everybody and stuff. And so, I mean, it's just so spur of the moment trying to figure out what to do.
Well,
I thought Vince had somebody beside him, and he was going to have more of a run to stick with Gabe and stay beside Gabe. And yeah, there's just nobody behind him, and it just that whole outside line died. So
No, there was a big wreck that was happening behind you guys. Took out, or at least got some guys out of shape. Really left just you top 4 guys, you, Gabe, and Jimmy and Vicente, kind of right there together. But like I said, coming out in the middle of turns 3 and 4, coming out through the big tri-oval, you were trying to get your position, or protect your position. And Vicente just kind of lost momentum, and then Gabe and Jimmy dropped down and just really stayed hooked up together and got him pushed up there ahead of you. But, I think if Vicente was able to close that gap on you and didn't lose so much momentum, it might have been a little bit tighter than it was.
it might have been tighter, but I think just with the way that it was, with those guys having the momentum that they would have had at that time, I think I still probably get second, which is fine. Like I said, decent points. I don't have, it's going to be tight. I think Adam's going to be a couple points behind me, and then some of the other guys are going to be maybe like 5 or 6 points behind, Adam and stuff. So it's still going to be really tight with anything coming in the next week. So it's like. Yeah. It always is, we're this group of drivers on Saturday. Everybody's so good here. Hats off to them running, 57 laps at the beginning of the race, caution free. Like that's great. Even if we got a few cautions at the end, I mean, it's a playoff round of 8. So I mean, I expect a few cautions on a night like that.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course, super speedway. You never know what's going to happen. But that's what I was going to ask you next. What a great night of racing. Everybody was being patient. Everybody, was really, there was a lot of give and take out there, and not a whole lot of forcing the issue, of course, until later in towards the end of the race, which we expect.
Yeah, which is nice. That's in my eyes, that's the way it should be, especially on a Saturday. I mean, we run so long and been running so long together and all that. I mean, we should be able to do the first half of the race, just letting it play out, and then, from there on, you expect some things to happen because people racing for it. We expect everybody to be racing for it and all that. But we have the higher rate on getting green flag runs too on Saturday, so you never know if we just get a full green flag run sometimes. So.
Well, buddy, awesome job. Congratulations on the P2 finish. We're going to go ahead and turn the mic over to you, brother. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give?
Oh, big shout-out to you guys, Steven, Maxspeed TV, Santa when he helps you, the Medlocks, everybody that's a part of all that whole schmeal and everything, all the admins and everything they do for Saturday, helping me out and trying to make sure, it goes the way it is. It's always good to have a good 29 car field when you're dealing with the end of the playoffs, because usually you got a little bit of that fall off rate, and we got a really solid crew here, which is pretty awesome. The team tonight, we did pretty good in most of our calls, so big shout out to all those guys, Adam, Rick, Mark, Andrew, and all them. We do what we can to help each other, and I think some of us ended up in that last accident. I get to watch it yet, so I'm going to go watch it now and see what happened, But a big shout out to them guys. Big shout out to Gabe for the win. Everybody at home watching, the family and friends, my beautiful girlfriend, Rachel, my dad at home, my son Aaron, who I don't know, he's probably in bed by now, but he might still be up. Never know. And yeah, I think that's it. Buttkicker for what they do and being with us and everything, and everybody else that's helped do what they do. I think Alex Green sponsored tonight, so shout out to him too. And big news coming for the whole Fall Brawl 2 stuff coming out. We're fully sponsored and everything now, so it's 100% a go. And can't wait to have our little announcement here soon. So I'll have something nice to announce for you guys probably next Saturday.
All right. Well, sounds good, Anthony, buddy. We're going to let you go. Congratulations again. We will talk to you soon, sir.
Thank you much, Steven. You have a good one.
You too, buddy. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to our race winner. Let me get him up in the booth, but he already got out of his car. But your race winner tonight, to Mr. Gabe Butler. Gabe, awesome job, buddy. What a great race for you guys tonight.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of boring there at the beginning. Everybody was like just really, I don't know, having a cup of tea, drinking coffee, taking it easy. I mean, we were talking in chat that it was just wow, it was kind of tough to stay awake. But I mean, I think part of it was it's such a long race here at Talladega, 100 laps, and people were just minding their P's and Q's. We kind of knew it'd all break loose kind of the last half or quarter of the race, and I think it did.
Well, really though, do y'all like having them long green flag runs, getting the green flag pit stops? It separates the field, makes it more pack racing. Makes it tough on me because now I've got 3 or 4 packs that I've got to sit there and try to keep up with. But everybody wants to see these green flag pit stops, see how you guys do down on pit road. Any issues tonight? On coming onto pit road and coming off of pit road for you guys tonight?
None of our team, myself, Jimmy, and Everett, I don't think we had any issues. I think the main issue tonight was the car overheating and trying to get it cool. It's just, iRacing's done something to all these vehicles that it's just really difficult to get them cool no matter what the temps on the track. And I know Jimmy blew his engine early on in the race, and then during the week in some other leagues, people have had their engines blow just right off the bat. It just barely touches the red, and it just blows up on you. So that was the issue we were having tonight, was the heat. And the pushing in this car is very difficult. You've got to be either bubble push or be perfectly square on somebody.
Yeah, that was a couple of things we were talking about during the race, and we were talking about that with Jimmy, the overheating issues. There's some guys that say, as soon as that thing turned red, my engine pops, and there's other guys that say, well, I could get about a half a lap to a lap in the red before it pops. So, whatever they've done it's kind of wishy-washy.
Yeah, they've tweaked something now. I've never been able to push completely except on the last lap in the red. Normally when I get in the red, I tend to back off right away, because if you run it too long in the red and then you cool it and then you go back into red real quick again and you pull out to get air, when that cold air hits the engine, it just explodes on you.
Oh, man.
And it seems like for no reason. Yeah, it's just kind of really odd. But, I mean, overall, it was a really good race, and some good driving in it, and the end was kind of exciting there.
Yeah, and of course you were talking about the pushing, the bump draft in these cars. These cars, ever since I started running with them, I have never liked the way that these cars bump draft. Like you said, you either have to do the bubble draft, or if you do bump them, you have to be dead center, because any off center hit, usually for me, if I have somebody hit me off center, or a lot of times hit me too hard, these cars want to jerk to the left.
Yeah, depending on where you get hit too. And I mean, I think the guys at OP here were getting, the Saturday night fellas run this car the whole season. So I think most of them are of the understanding they know the car by now, and they know what it does and what it can't do. And I think a lot of them, for the most part, are really careful. But when it comes down to the end of the race, you're going to have people pushing hard no matter what. And unfortunately, you're going to get those bumper hooks. It's just the nature of the beast in this car. You just have to be so careful with it. But I think overall, drivers have done a pretty decent job with it.
Well, of course, tonight, Gabe, with the win, that locks you into the championship 4. That's, again, we're talking about this in the top 16, getting that win, get you in the top 8. Now that you got the win in the Elite 8 here, that's definitely got to relieve some pressure and, some relief off of you now to try to get your teammate, Everett, up here into the winner's circle next week.
Yeah, I was telling the fellas I was going to take next week off and just go to the pub and enjoy myself. And then I thought, well, hell no. Everett's actually still in this championship, so I got to come back in here and race and try and get him a win, if not up there high enough where he can be in the Final Four. But yeah, so I'll probably be racing next week after all.
All right. Well, Gabe, the spotlight is on you, my friend. Great finish. I'm going to turn the mic over to you now. Any final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate your victory?
Yeah, big shout out to OP and all the admins for putting on this league. It's a lot of fun. And big shout out to teammates Everett and Jimmy. Huge shout out to Jimmy there for getting back to me at the end there and getting me across the line past Anthony. Fantastic job, and he had a good podium finish for himself. Everett, I think, ended up 14th, so we got some work to do with Everett next week and try and get him up there. And of course, yourself, Stephen, up in the booth on Maxspeed TV. You do a great job, brother, and looking forward to going back and looking at this one.
Well, again, it's been such a privilege, Gabe, to call your guys' races. Unfortunately, after the fall bro, I don't know what's going to happen because I am actually going to be stepping away from the broadcast booth. I want to get back out there on the track a little bit more and race with you guys. So,
I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you. I mean, I'm sad to see you go from the broadcasting part of it, but you'll be welcome to it open arms on the track.
Yeah, I know that's true, and I do appreciate it. But of course, that's going to free up some of my weekends to spend with my wife as well. So, but
there you go.
Well, Gabe, congratulations again, buddy. We're going to get you down there to that Team 4 so you visit with everybody. But great job on the victory tonight. Great race tonight, and we look forward to watching you guys next week as well.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later.
See you, bud.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to bring us to our, of course, results, unofficial results, whatever you want to call it. But your results tonight: Gabe Butler with the victory, Anthony English in second, Jimmy Reynolds finishing third, Vicente Guerrero with a great finish in fourth, Adam Kilday in fifth, Mark Mann in sixth, Andrew Schroeder seventh, Jerry Bergeron in eighth, Rick Siebrands ninth, Payson Lindsay in 10th. Andy Brigante finishing 11th, Thomas Lockwood in 12th, Rick Sanchez finishing 13th, Everett Lane 14th, Lynn McNeese in 15th, Stephen Luttrell in 16th, CJ Urban 17th, Bubba Winningham finishing in 18th, Dave Hunt finishing 19th. In 20th is going to be Nick Wing, 21st, Mike Edgerton, 22nd, Sean Stevens, Dana Shepard finishing 23rd, Zach Workman in 24th, Shane Posey 25th, Dwayne Corbett 26th, Doug Johnson 27th, Andrew Zonto in 28th, and Robert Hooligan running out the 29 car field tonight here on the Saturday night Buttkicker Unlimited Series. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here on Maxspeed TV. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, all the people out in chat. And, of course, big shout-out to Andrew Zonto for coming up into the booth with me and finishing calling the race after his night ended early. But Belva, William, Netsby out there, Kenny Real tuning in and visiting with everybody out there in a chat. David Overstreet for popping in. Dwayne Corbett out there tuning in. Lorna Luttrell out there as well. Of course, my nephew Dylan popping in. Ginger Parent out there as well. Ginger, good to see you. Looking through here. Daniel Parent. Daniel, I didn't even see you, buddy. I do apologize about that. But Daniel Parent out there in a chat as well. Of course, Brendan Kennedy out there. And that is going to do it for all of our chats. I do appreciate, again, everybody tuning in and joining us tonight here for this first race of the Elite Eight. That's going to do it for us to here tonight. But don't forget, we will be off tomorrow night as the CFM guys are going to be coming back on the 14th. And unfortunately, unless we could get somebody to call their race, I will probably be out there on the track with those guys racing it up again, to appreciate the opportunity to call the races for CFM, but at the same time, got to do what I got to do. But guys, thank you for joining tonight. That's going to do it for us here tonight on Maxspeed TV. Steve Lane up in the booth. Again, we will see you guys Monday night as we round out and get into the last few races, I believe, of the Monday Night OP Premier League. Until then, folks, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and have a good night.